It's your boy D Money. Chewing on some fucking Cheez-Its. Sorry about that, y'all. Hey, Avatar Sports here back with another fucking video. Today we're looking at the 2021 NFL Arizona Cardinals, man. Of course, all about you think about J.J. Watt, Kyler Murray, that receiver Hopkins, and their head coach. Anyway, let's get to it. And Coach Cliff Kingsbury's second season, the Cardinals started 6-3, only to stumble to 8-8 and lose a tiebreaker with the Bears for a playoff spot. So sad. GM Steve Kim seems to be banking on an influx of newcomers, helping push Arizona over the top into the postseason, first time since 2015. Key acquisitions: they got AJ Green from the Bengals. The 10-year pro gives the offense another veteran presence. He's been hurt a lot. He used to be a superstar. Let's see, can he reclaim his career with the Cardinals? James Conner from the Steelers. Working with Chase Edmonds, Conner can contribute on all three downs. Sure can. Great pickup. They drafted a receiver, Rondell Moore, out of Purdue. Could be electrifying gadget player as a rookie with his he ran a 4.29 40 time. And of course, J.J. Watt came from the Texans, had his pick of teams post Houston, choosing the up and coming Cardinals, and probably almost live in Arizona. Is not too bad choice. With the first round pick out of Tulsa, the Arizona Cardinals draft Xavin Collins, the 6'5", 259-pounder, provides even more punch to a strong linebacker core they have in Arizona. They lost Larry Fitzgerald to free agency. Expected to announce his retirement after 17 years in the desert. Wow. He was a receiver for 17 years and probably could have played 3 more. Salute to Larry Fitzgerald, man. A lot of childhood memories, especially being on the cover of Madden 10. Salute to you, my brother. They lost Kenyon Drake to the Raiders. This departure leaves the team with Edmonds and Conner, running back duo. And damn, they lost Patrick Patterson to the Vikings. Didn't know that. Despite devolving coverage skills, he had 61 tackles and 3 picks in 2020. He's getting older, I guess. And he went to the Vikings. But they picked up a linebacker and they drafted a receiver. I look under the hood. Cliff Kingsbury's in year 3. Offensive coordinator, none. They don't have offensive coordinator, so Cliff Kingsbury is the offensive coordinator. Interesting, did not know that. They have an air raid spread. He runs a college system. Let that bitch go. In year 3, they have Vance Joseph. He runs a 3-4 scheme. I don't like that scheme. They're projected to be to have 8 wins, to be average pretty much. Last year they was average. It was 8-8. They're about above average in points scored, above average in points allowed, and they have the 12th ranked offensive line. So I'm so sorry. I forgot I was recording the video. I'll start eating Cheetos again. Oh my God. Look. So the Arizona Cardinals, right? They're an above average team. They're a good solid team. But they having average results. Maybe that's the coach. Maybe they need a real offensive coordinator. I don't know. But really the team is just young and upcoming. So I expect them to take that next step forward. They do play in the toughest division of all of football, the NFC WEST, which include the San Francisco 49ers, the Seahawks, the Rams, and of course this team right here. So just for them going 8-8, maybe in a different division, they actually make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So they're a good team. They're a good team, just a young upcoming team. Let's look at the projected starting lineup. Of course, quarterback, you got Kyler Murray. I did not know my nigga Colt McCoy was fucking on this fucking team, bro. I fucking love Colt McCoy, man. Of course, the running back, they got Chase Edmonds, James Conner. Shout out to James Conner. We all know about his story. Him beating cancer. He grew up in Pittsburgh. Got drafted by the NFL by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just a inspirational story. Go check out James Conner's story, man, if you want inspiration in your life. Of course, at the wide receiver number 1 position, you got DeAndre Hopkins. At the wide receiver 2 slot, you got AJ Green, Keyshawn Johnson. At the wide receiver 3 spot, you got Christian Kirk, Rondell Moore, and Andy Isabella. Low key, they got looking like a top 5 receiving core. And I didn't even look at their tight end. I'm just looking at their receivers. They ain't even look at the tight end and said, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They got a nice receiver core, bro. Tight end, Max Williams, Daryl Daniels. Don't know who the fuck that is. Let's find out. Max Williams, he's a 27-year-old tight end. Last year, he had 8 receptions, 102 yards for 1 touchdown. On average, he gets about 13 yards a play. He has 10 targets. Okay. And who the fuck is Daryl Daniels? Daryl Daniels is a 26-year-old tight end. He had 8 receptions for 11 out of 11 targets, 92 yards and 1 touchdown, averaging about a first down plus some per reception. That's not bad. They have the 17th ranked offensive line. Look like it dropped some from last year, according to this article. The offensive line is starting at left tackle DJ Humphries, left guard Justin Pugh, center Rodney Hudson, right guard Justin Murray, right tackle Kelvin Beachum, kicker Matt Prater. Top storylines: can the Cardinals get over the hump? For better or worse, the signal caller Kyler Murray and the coach Cliff Kingsbury drive the narrative around the Cardinals' success or the lack thereof. Through 2 seasons together, they notched a 13-18-1 record. The elevated offense from the 21st to 2019. They went from 21st to 19 to number 6 last year. Still, when they had 2 opportunities to close out the season with 9 wins and a playoff berth, the team was doubled up 38-19 against 2 NFC West foes, the 49ers and Rams, and didn't play meaningful football beyond Week 17. Unfortunately for the pair, GM Steve Kim continued to use all his mechanisms at his disposal to restock the roster. While franchise cornerstones like Larry Fitzgerald and Patrick Peterson are gone, Arizona signed former Pro Bowlers A.J. Green, James Conner, J.J. Watt, Malcolm Butler, and Matt Prater. And selected imposer linebacker Xavin Collins, a dynamic wide receiver, Rondell Moore early in his year's drafts. A more well-rounded cast should serve Murray and Kingsbury well, especially a front seven that finished 2020 in a tie with the Buccaneers for the 4th most sacks, 48 in the league. To take the next step to the perennial contender, the Cardinals must navigate a difficult division in a top-heavy conference, but they're positioned to boast and balance necessary to make that leap. Will the air raid finally show up? When Arizona hired Cliff in January, the belief was the air raid offense would surface the NFL, but it hasn't come to pass yet. Personnel limitations likely forced its hand, with the unit logging a pass play percentages of 60% in 2019 and about 56% in 2020. So far during his tenure, which is well below 65 to 75% expected from the system. Based off the offseason moves, however, the Cardinals now may have the weapons to run 4 wide sets this year with Larry Fitzgerald won't be around. With the team cushioned the blow with the additions of AJ Green and Rondell Moore and Keyshawn Johnson. Basically talk about the air raid. Will it finally work? Personnel held them back. But like I just said, they low-key got some good receiving core. They're not like deep threats and speedsters, but a lot of good pass catchers and route runners on this team, man. Big body, physical receivers. You know what I'm saying? It's different. The defense is reloaded. Even though Patrick Patterson left, they got J.J. Watt. They got a lot of young guns on the team, and they play in the toughest division, bro. Look at the stocks. Rising stock, Chase Edmonds. Arizona didn't retain unrestricted free agent Keon Drake and only restocked the backfield with the often injured James Conner. Edmonds has a path to compile far more than his career best 150 touches from a season ago. Falling, Andy Isabella. Since the Cardinals picked him in the second round of the 2019 draft, Isabella has done little but flash in 28 games. Even with Larry Fitzgerald moving on, Isabella has too much competition to make inroads in the passing game. Wow. They might trade the nigga, y'all. Sleeper wide receivers Christian Kirk. AJ Green is swapping in for Fitzgerald in the Cardinals receiving corps. The Kirk has a predicate to emerge as a number 2 receiver in Arizona. Look for the 2018 second rounder to reach 100 targets for the second time in his career. And of course, the pivotal player is DeAndre Hopkins, arguably the best receiver in the NFL. Acquired by the Cardinals last offseason, Hopkins is one of 2 players in 2020 to accrue at least 115 catches and 1,400 yards. Stephon Diggs was the only other receiver to do that last year. Hopkins also played all 16 games. In essence, he lived up to the 2-year extension he signed this past September. And again, should do so working with the rising quarterback Kyler Murray. Medical team. Kyler Murray in these last 2 seasons, pretty productive. Had an ankle injury here and there. He should be okay. James Conner, after beating cancer, he has other injuries to deal with. Even though Chase Edmonds should get a lot of the load, James Conner has been dealing with injuries. Let's see what injury he's dealing with. That was toe surgery. He had toe injury. He should be okay. Linebacker Chandler Jones on the defensive side of the ball. Jones had his least fruitful effort, 1 sack in 9 years. Oh my God. This is the first time he only had 1 sack season in 9 years. Oh my God. I wonder why. Let's look at it. Biceps injury. Boy, by doing them push-ups, here's the bicep. He should be okay, hopefully. But hey man, that's my NFL preview for the Arizona Cardinals. Make sure you like, subscribe, share the video. Bro, you see I'm trapping off the phone. Get to get this channel popping, bro. This channel finna pop. I guarantee you. This would be one of the best sports channels in YouTube history. If you subscribed and watching, thank you for joining my journey. Peace.